in Ouahigouya, the northern part of Burkina Faso, capital of the Yaadga province. Now, you see, as part of a working visit, according to the president of Faso, this trip is part of a particular visit, a regular visit that Captain Ibrahim Traoré normally have to different region of Burkina Faso. According to information, the essence of the visit is to stay close to the population across the country, all right, is to stay close to the population across the regions of the country. So the primary objective of this visit, Captain Ibrahim Traoré visit to Algeria, and ladies and gentlemen, you just have to see how the people in the Yaadga province welcome Captain Ibrahim Traoré. It was something from the script of the cinema. Like, it was too beautiful. Like, this whole eBay Traore thing is exceptional. Like, I have not seen a president that is as loved as Captain Ibrahim Traore. Some people want to call him a military man, they want to say whatever, but people really, really love Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso. Like, that level of love is untouchable. Like, it can't do no wrong with that level of love. Like, with all the policy, because sometimes people will have to align to some of the rules and regulation. And alignment sometimes is not always easy. But for people to still love Captain Ibrahim Traore to that level is just on a whole nother script entirely. So now, Captain Ibrahim Traore arrived in Ouahigouya. According to information, the primary objective, they are going to be discussing socio-economic issues. They want to talk about socio-professional groups, how they are doing in the region, and they should present their concern to Captain Ibrahim Traore, and they will deliberate on it. They will see what they can do. Now, according to information, the visit was also to have an exchange. There is a sort of exchange session on regional issues and public policy challenges with the stakeholders in the Yaadga province region. So that's part of the reason why Captain Ibrahim Traore paid this very, very important visit to the northern part of Burkina Faso. Now, the last purpose of going through this northern region this morning was to maintain direct dialogue between the president and the local population, the administrative authorities, and the traditional leaders in the Yaadga province of Burkina Faso. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is loved. Even when he went to Kuru, you can see how people, and I believe that if he still comes to Nigeria too, we are still going to have the same level of love for him. This man is just is a complete representation of Africa, not just Burkina Faso. So it was welcomed by a massive sea of people waving the Burkina Faso flag, and people were so much loving him. In fact, the love was so much to a point that the security had to be pushing people back. They love him so much. So, and let's now go to the security context of this visit. This is to tell you that Burkina Faso now have some level, a very, very increased level of security control over the northern region of Burkina Faso. Because when you are going to Yaadga province, if you get to Ouahigouya, then you are already close to Titao. You are already close to those regions that once was heavily contested with the JNIM and all other Islamic, jihadist group in Burkina Faso. So Captain Ibrahim Traore's presence in this region means that, and if you look at the civilians in this place, if you look at how they were dressed, if you look at everything, like how refined they look, you would definitely know that Burkina Faso have graduated from being that country that everybody wants to say that, oh, they are very, very poor. Burkina Faso is no longer that poor country again. And I will explain to you why this country is not poor, because that's the conversation. You saw the way they were talking about Mali, right? You heard the last video I posted when people were talking, and some people said, oh, but Mali is one of the poorest country in the world. And you and I know that these countries are not poor, right? But you know the reason why they have been poor. So Yaadga is located in the northern part of Burkina Faso, approximately 182 kilometers northwest of Ouagadougou. Now, it is the capital of Yatenga province and the northern Burkina Faso. The city holds historical significance as the center of the former Mosi kingdom of Yatenga. So this particular Ouahigouya has an historical symbolic representation for Burkina Faso. You know, the Mosi tribe was like the dominant tribe in, now what we call Burkina Faso. It used to be the Mosi Empire. So that town is extremely important. So now, salute family. Thank you for coming from Kenya. Thank you for joining. Now, the security infrastructure, the security personnel we have in this region is the Rapid Intervention Brigade of the 21 Battalion. Now, they are stationed in Titao, but they have a detachment in Yatenga province, now about 45 kilometers north of Ouahigouya. The Rapid Intervention Brigade and the 3rd Rapid Intervention Group. There is no confirmation of a BIR garrison directly in Ouahigouya itself, but Titao appears to be the nearest Rapid Intervention Brigade garrison that is very, very close to this region. Now, Burkina Faso now have over 25 rapid intervention brigades, with each battalion numbering to about 1,500 personnel. Now, that is just for the rapid intervention brigade in different regions in Burkina Faso. Now, each of these special forces component of the Burkinabè security, they have minimum of 1,500 special forces personnel. Now, apart from the special forces personnel, you now have VDPs, which most of the time are numerically bigger than the capacity of the Rapid Intervention Brigade. Now, their mission, the Rapid Intervention Brigade's mission is to respond to urgent threats with extreme lethality when the region is being threatened by terrorists. Now, some infrastructural development are currently going on in this region, in the northern part of Burkina Faso. There is road construction going on that is going to be linking Ouahigouya to Djibo. So almost every part of Burkina Faso, there is some sort of construction project for roads that is going on at a very, very advanced pace. Now, there is hydro-agricultural projects going on, irrigation, fishing, that is going on in the northern part of Burkina Faso at a small scale capacity just to help production soar, because they already have a very, very good production capacity. So this infrastructure, this hydro agricultural infrastructure, is going to help increase the produce in this region. Now, there is solar energy expansion in this region. According to information, multiple solar plants has now been brought into the region to help improve electricity access in the northern regions of Burkina Faso. Now, that said, let's talk about the natural resources in this particular region in Burkina Faso and why the region is very, very important. Number one, gold. Burkina Faso is Africa's first largest gold producer, right? The country just inaugurated on the night of July 2026 its first state-owned gold mine. That's Burkina Faso, July 9, 2026. Its first owned gold mine. And the northern deposit are part of the national potential. And in this particular region called Ouahigouya, you have a large deposit of Burkinabè gold in Ouahigouya. Apart from gold, they have manganese, they have limestone, they have marble present in Ouahigouya subsoil. Now, exploitable across several zones, right, of Burkina Faso, but you have a vast amount of these mineral resources in this location. Apart from that, you have arable land. Yatenga is a historically agriculturally rich region. They have a vast amount of cotton, sorghum, millets, cultivation along with livestock raising. Now, also in small quantities, they have phosphates and they have soil. They are salts, all right? That is what you can find in the Yatenga region. So with this type of mineral resources where you have gold and you have some rare earth mineral, you definitely know that, we've gotten information on multiple occasions where the JNIM have tried to infiltrate this region, but the Rapid Intervention Brigade of the 21 Battalion has been very, very little. And now I'm getting information that also you also have some companies of the 25th Rapid Intervention Brigade that normally drift in and drift out once in a while. And the last time you heard about the incursion into Titao, thank you for joining, Brother Omar. I really, really appreciate your tireless work that you've done for this community. So the 25th Battalion of the Rapid Intervention Brigade also operates in this particular environment. Now, let me break something down to people here because it's very, very important for us to talk about this. Now, if you look at Burkina Faso specifically, I think you have less than 5 provinces in Burkina Faso or 5 regions in Burkina Faso. I don't think there's a region in Burkina Faso that does not have its own independent rapid intervention brigade. So like you have, like you are talking about a country. So every state, its capital, its sub-region has its own special forces component with different ferocious leaders, right? You have Rapid Intervention Brigade 7, you have 1, you have 2, you have, oh, thank you so much, family. Thank you so much for the prayer. I appreciate it. You have all these vast components. Now, in each of the provinces, you have more than 1,500 military personnel. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rapid Intervention Brigade in Burkina Faso, these guys are different. Like, these guys are seriously different. I'm serious. Anywhere you see the Rapid Intervention Brigade operate, they leave their signature. The one that I can speak of that I've seen in action a lot of time is the BIR 7. That is the Rapid Intervention Brigade, the 7th Battalion. And what is their signature? Is Ed Tap. The signature of the BIR 7 is Ed Tap. Like, these guys are so good. That was the former squad of Captain Watao before he was promoted to be the commander of the Force Attack. Now, there is another new group in Burkina Faso now that is coming up and is extremely, extremely lethal. And that is the Sahelian, I think, Revolutionary Youth Company. It's another tactical squad. These guys were put together from different Rapid Intervention Brigade components. And according to information we have, there are some extremely good VDP personnel in this youth company. Most of the time, if you join this unit, you don't always expect air support. So these guys, most of the time, if you don't even have air support, the reason why they created this unit is like you have to be able to batter your way through, even without air support. And you know, you hardly have military operation in Burkina Faso without almost preeminent air support, either for reconnaissance, for, you know, I mean, just too good. The way they deploy, the way Burkina Faso move is just too different. Now, it doesn't mean they can't run into 1 or 2 ambushes, but when you have the number of VDP they have, it is different. And guess what? According to the latest information we have, another 25,000 VDP have already volunteered to mobilize to join the fight. Now, I cannot even tell you the estimate, the rough estimate of the VDP component you have in Burkina Faso. Some are saying 100,000. Some said 91,000. I can't really tell you how many combatants they have. When you have over 100,000 military personnel, that's some security supported by the Rapid Intervention Brigade squad. Now you are hearing that over 25,000 wants to join again. Ladies and gentlemen, look, whatever the case may be, whatever component they want to go and bring from anywhere, you can't beat that attritional metadata. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. That is some significant figure. You see, those VDP, that's why you hardly have ambush here and there in Burkina Faso, because, you know, some people are going to spot you. The VDP is going to spot you. If the VDP don't spot you, the Dozo might spot you. There are so many of these guys. And these are just some of the names you know. A lot of people don't know about Wambieba. That's another squad. A lot of people don't know about Buffalo Squad. So, and also the police unit in Burkina Faso, you have so many tactical components of the police, of the gendarme, that also carry out, you know, escort mission, you know, rescue mission. Like, these guys are good. I mean, they don't have any foreign military component that is supporting them on the ground. Even their air defenses, their strategic infrastructure, when it comes to defending their territorial space, they don't have any foreign personnel in Burkina Faso. To be honest with you, I do think Burkina Faso is different, and why is it that Burkina Faso don't need foreign personnel? Let me give you some tips, right? The Air Force of Burkina Faso has some extremely, let me put it, they have this cream of the crop style of experience. First of all, there is a guy that is their leader, the squadron leader. He has so many tours outside Africa. There is Mais Traoré, one of the best Air Force personnel that was trained in China. Trained in China. So the Chinese, right, the Chinese wanted to recruit her after, finishing her training, but she decided to come back to Burkina Faso to come serve her homeland. If you are Damiba at the end of affairs, I think she might not want to come. A lot of African countries have a lot of great people in diaspora doing great things. But the reason why Burkina Faso's case is now different is because they have a credible individual at the helm of affairs. So people believe that whatever they contribute to their country is going to really, really show. It's going to have some impact. It's gonna make real relevance. There are some administration that whatever you have, wherever you are from, if you come to assist, right? If you come to, you will never be able to, it will not make any sense because the leader is just some common criminal from God knows where. So Burkina Faso, the case is different. It's really, really, really different. So that is why they don't have any foreign personnel because I do hear a lot of people talk about China, a lot of people talk about Russia, a lot of people talk about North Korea. You have no personnel of these countries on the ground in Burkina Faso. I say this with all my mind, and I say it with all my confidence, and I have no reason to tell anyone to correct me because this I know. So I mean, it just shows you the advancement in the security of Burkina Faso, and they continue to advance. They have their generals. They train their own military. Now get this. If France is training your military, the loyalty of those soldiers in a way would have some sort of synergy with France, right? If the Chinese train your military, there are some situations that if they want to infiltrate your internal command control, they can because they trained your personnel. You will need some high level of, what can I call it? You need some advanced level of patriotism from whatever for the troops to be like, no, we don't want to, And when you look at Burkina Faso, the fact that they're training their own troops means a lot. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is the guy's in total command control of the Fossatec. So every personnel in the Fossatec. Now, if you look at the BIR-7, the squad that Captain Ibrahim Traoré left in Burkina Faso, those guys are still putting in work as if Captain Ibrahim Traoré is still there. The KIA, the signatures, everything is still almost the same because they learned from Ouattara himself. And according to the information I got, when Ouattara trains you, these guys follow the doctrine to the latter. They stay with the game plan from the beginning to the end. You don't fire when you are not commanded to. The last video we posted, you saw when somebody released. Even though he saw a technical, he released. They said he violated the rule. And they moved together. So you have, and Ouattara has operated in different units in Burkina Faso. So it's like transferring that experience. And you have some seasoned veterans too. Like Wenceslas Yemiogo. You have a lot of them like that. Papa Parfait. So, and even the enemies know their name. And the name that the enemies know the most is Watao. Go and ask anybody in Burkina Faso, they know the name. So, I mean, I just like the way they are doing their thing. And the signature for this visit of Captain Ibrahim Traoré to the northern part of Burkina Faso is simple. It means that the northern part of Burkina Faso now has a very, very good level of security. I'm not supposed to say this because I sometimes when I see certain things happen. All right. But I can tell you that for the president, because Captain Ibrahim Traoré did not have some iron shield covering him, it was just walking, like it was walking and the people were there. How many presidents can do this in their country? Since Tinubu became the president of Nigeria, I have never seen him with my bare eyes, one on one. I have never. Have you seen Tinubu? We only see these guys on TV. we we only see these guys on TV. How many Ivorian can beat their chests that since Ouattara became president, this new term, even if it was a violation of their constitution, how many of them can say that they have seen him highball to highball? You hardly have this class of leaders. You hardly see them. Another president that I know that a lot of people see is the Nigerian president. And I wish to show you the video of the Tuaregs of Niger. When you look at the Tuaregs in Mali, especially the one that are causing trouble, you will ask yourself, who are these people? But please, ladies and gentlemen, before you judge the Tuareg as a group, I would like you to go and watch the Tuareg in Niger. These are some of the best Tuaregs I have seen in my life. Like, the Tuaregs in Niger, they redefined what that name Tuareg means. Their kids are in school. They are more educated. Like, these guys are refined. Those are the Tuaregs of Niger. But you have some in the northern part of Mali, and recently they were begging the Tuaregs in Niger to come and join their fight. The level is just different. These ones don't appreciate terrorism. So, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Ibrahim Traoré's visit to the Titao region today is just a proof that Burkina Faso security belongs to Burkina Faso. And their security status has even improved the more. Without no foreign aid, without no foreign military intervention in Burkina Faso. Because when you talk about military situation in Africa, the first thing people say is that you need international support. So a lot of people don't understand what they mean by international support. When they say you need international support, the first thing they are saying is that you need aids. That is for the internally displaced. When they say you need international support, they are telling you that you need NGOs to come in. That is when they say you need international support. When they say you need international support, you need somebody to speak for you at the United Nations Security Council. So if somebody speaks for you at the United Nations Security Council, what does it translate to? Nothing. Only political support from God knows where. Okay, the DRC, what has happened? Like, can somebody tell me one drastic change that has happened in DRC? So, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is sending a message out loud and clear that until Africans look inside, you look to the inside and you address your own issue by yourself, you find a homegrown solution, there will be no solution. Matter of fact, if Shisekedi wants to see a good result in DRC, maybe you should come and consult some of the leaders in the AES. How to do it. The DRC still has, they have a good amount of people in their country. But when you see some of the documentaries that shows you the core values of their military, it's a disgrace. Some of their military personnel, they sell their rifles to get money. Military personnel of DRC. So that is why you have French forces there, you have American forces there, you have Belgian forces there, you have Romanian forces in DRC, but yet you have Rwandan forces operating in a different part of DRC. You know, it's like they are having some sort of independent, sovereign security architecture there. And the situation is not changing. Even if we are having some sort of international speech and all of that about DRC and Rwanda, what has changed? Nothing. So when Burkina Faso kick out the European Union diplomat, Burkina Faso is saying something that as far as Africa is concerned, we are one of the first countries when you want to talk about sovereignty, like total sovereignty, you talk about us. If I am going to send you away, it means that I know that you don't have any strategic relevance. Because if you have some strategic relevance that I cannot do without, I won't send you out. I'll probably want to dialogue with you. Now, this is a wake-up call to a lot of African leaders. Africans have the bargaining chip. If you look at it, what does European Union has to offer Burkina Faso? What in the true sense of it, what does the European Union have to offer Burkina Faso? Or what has the European Union offered anybody? They offer you paper. They offer some corrupt leaders who have performed constitutional coup. They offer them support to continue to stay in power. That is it. Scholarships. Scholarship to what? To drain the country of their indigenous talents. They give them scholarship, they take them away. And now let me tell you something. Most of those guys they take away, they don't go there to become something. Like what the talent they had here that made them take them away does not necessarily translate to the economy of that place. They just drained them. They just took them out. This guy is too good to be here. Come. You have to remain on the ground. So Burkina Faso is saying now, when it comes to the level, when it comes to agriculture, we don't have no GMO in our country. We have agro-pastoral offensive initiative. They said there is water crisis. A lot of irrigation program is going on. They said there is food insecurity. Now there is fisheries. There is a lot of agro economy going on in Burkina Faso. A lot of people used to say this wrong. They used to send this wrong message that Africans are poor. Burkina Faso they did two things. Initially, they cleared out the beggars on the street. They gave them jobs. All these Babiala, all the states, they removed them from the streets and they gave them jobs. Either in construction site or whatever. You have hands and legs. Don't let something... See, it has to be ideologic for you to have your limbs intact and you are begging. So they gave them jobs. So you cannot just be found on the streets now begging for hams in Burkina Faso. It's like a crime in Burkina Faso. They did not just do that. If they just... Now, they said content creators that go about making videos of people and like calling for public support, try to emotionally, create a situation where people now crowdfund. You cannot do it without the knowledge of the state. The state has to be aware that you are about to do that. And if not, they see it as you are abusing the people. Because some people, no matter your civilization, they love the type of life they are living. So you go into video. Some people have money, they are comfortable, they have good health. But there is a certain life they have lived for a very long time. Nobody is going to tell my grandma to come and live here in the city. She won't come. She loves the natural hair she's taking in the village. She loves going to the farm. She will tell you that it's a form of exercise for her. So going to that type of environment and making a video and saying that they need help is like you are abusing them. And most of the time, the people that does these things, they do it to get some form of media, engagement or whatsoever, relevance or whatever you want to call it. It is not always important at all times. So Burkina Faso is clamping down on these things. Across the entire AES state, you cannot, as a cleric, just say certain. Every cleric is now careful with what they say. For you to be a cleric, you have to have certificates. You have to be certified by, a government certified theologic institution. So nothing is just happening for free in Burkina Faso. You have to be, there must be some form of attestation that holds advanced credibility. So this ideology of blackmail for Africans, the Africans are just poor, they need AIDS. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over with. In Burkina Faso, it's over with. There is no reconciliation with crime, with corruption. And why is this happening? It's happening because the leader of Burkina Faso is not a criminal. Do you get what we're saying? And you can see that Burkina Faso has some level of peace now. And the reason why they have that peace is because Damiba is Damiba is already in the cooler. If Damiba was still outside the country, maybe we would have had another coup d'etat because he knows how to plan it. But something is now going on now. Burkina Faso have sent out the European Union. What do I think about Burkina Faso kicking out the European Union from their institution? I think they've just reduced one more problem. My opinion, I have the right to my opinion. My opinion is that Burkina Faso have just removed one more problem. I don't see the European... If you ask a Nigerian about the European Union, is a bread and butter. An ordinary Nigerian. If you ask them about the US, like, oh my... Nigerians love when you tell them that they are deputy Americans. They love it. I'm telling you, they love it. There is this video of... What's the name of this guy in South Africa? This EFF guy. That contested for presidency with Cyril Ramaphosa. I want to make something right now. This is an activist in South Africa, is the presidential candidate for the EFF. So he said that Nigerian music industry is not competing with South Africa. Julius Malema, he said you're not contesting with South Africa. He said when you watch Nigerian music industry, that it seems as though you are watching American music. Come and see the comments in the comments. Come and see the joy, just because somebody compared them to Americans. So the originality is not there. Look at Burkina Faso. They have been able to hone their identity. See, sovereignty is not just what you think it is. A lot of people think it's about you just economy, food, and no, it's about your identity too. The Burkinabès are very, very happy wearing their own, native attire, because wearing your native attire is a way of contributing to your own economy. So, and please, the Nigerians should not be angry that I am giving this type of credit to Burkina Faso and not giving it to Nigeria, which is my home country. Let me give you the reason. Recently, a Nigerian government personnel said that the National Youth Service Corps, we should not be wearing the khaki, which we don't produce. We import khaki more than 3 times in a year. And I'm talking about this is a whole economy on its own. Because you have millions of Nigerians going for service every year. Now, he said, Nigeria should start wearing what they produce inside Nigeria. He called it adire. They said, no, it's not possible. You are trying to destroy the country. We've worn the khaki for so many years. It's tribalism, is this, is that. So before Nigerians envy all those props we are giving to Burkina. See, for you to have a revolution, you need people that accept the idea of revolution, people that are aware of what it means. So this is why I'm not just giving credit to the Burkinabè leadership. I am also giving credit to their people. Go and look at how they were praising Captain Ibrahim Traoré in Yaadga today. It is a people that is on the same page with Ibrahim Traoré. There is no wonder Ibrahim Traoré came from this same group of people. Before Ibrahim Traoré, he was a Burkinabè. He grew up there. So it shows you the type of identity. You have so many Traorés in that country. That is why you have a group of people called the Ouahiggouya that have dedicated themselves without pay to always secure the president, to be the eye of the president around the presidential location. Those are Traorés. It's not just Traoré. Those are Traorés. We have so many Traorés among everybody. It is about you, your identity. So when I see them in their native attire, wearing their, and people are beginning to respect that culture. I can see on Temu, there are now some clothes that they will show you, Burkinabè style of this. They are beginning to hone their identity, and their identity is beginning to travel far. The question we should ask from a lot of people is that, what is your own identity? So this is a big news. This is a great development. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not just a military figure like they want to paint. He is traveling across the region, and we can see how people accept him in Burkina Faso. Let's see this. Let people not. Our mentality our mind has been fractured, because you hear some people, he's trying to destroy democratic. Does democracy belong to us? Did we create it? Our own indigenous institutions are getting destroyed by the day. You are celebrating that. But, he's trying to destroy democracy. Does democracy belong to you? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I want to draw the curtain. I don't want to take too much of your time. And I really want to appreciate everybody that took the time to support our second channel. It's coming up gradually. Once in a while, I will get into the channel and I will say one or two things. Like, I'm going to, because this channel is dedicated to military operation. Like, what I talk about exclusively on the Andre community is military operation, intelligence, connecting the dots. What have we found on the line of contact? What is going on in Mali, Niger? If you know you don't like the military operation that is going on the air, that is going on in the Sahel, you can join the second channel, because that is where we talk about economic development. We talk about the good things that is going on in the Sahel. So if I am going to be talking about economy, what is going on, like, we can't talk about what just happened to the European Union in Burkina Faso, because certain people will see it as we are hating. So we talk about it on the other channel. Anything that is good, we talk about it on the other channel. And the name of the channel is AMW72, Android War Museum, AWM72. So that is where we talk about other things. And I want to thank a lot of people that have joined the channel, that have supported the channel. So after this live stream, I am going to be on the other channel around 8 p.m. Nigerian time. I think it's about 1 hour from now. We have to give an appreciation message to the people that have supported this channel. This channel is now about 900 plus subscribers. And I know that majority of the subscribers to that channel are from here. So I really, really want to appreciate everybody on this channel for supporting that other account, because whatever happens on this side, this channel is targeted. Let's not lie to ourselves. It's targeted. Even though I have a lot of managers talking to me online, I get the message. This channel is targeted. Let's not play with ourselves here. So I really want to appreciate everybody that have subscribed to the other channel, because I don't I'm not banking on this channel like that anymore, because I know anything they can block it. I'm not taking it away from some of the sanctions they can put on this channel because I'm talking good about, the homeland. Should I be praising your country? Should I say the United States, you are the best? Should I say what you're doing in this place is good or that? I'm not about to praise you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to notice something. Something happened yesterday. So I wanted to talk about the ambush that happened on the outskirts of Niono in Mali. You see that little video I played? Now, if I play video of the military shooting too much, right, it is going to be flagged from the bat. You see that video? Immediately I heard things like, oh, a lot of your subscribers are watching this video. It's bringing about 70 something percent of traffic. Like everything, it ballooned to the sky. That is what I've told you. I've said this many times on this platform. Like it was around 11 or 12. If it was from the morning, that video was going to go viral. Do you know why? Because it was not about the message I was trying to pass across. It's about what they see, the algorithm. I don't know if this is algorithm. I don't know if it's people. They don't like it when these independent states are winning. So I saw it and I saw the hypocrisy. It's always hypocritical. I saw the hypocrisy immediately because we talk about the good thing going on in NFTs and every other place. You don't, the algorithm will be like your subscribers they are spending less time on this video. They don't like the engine will be telling you a video that the number is going on. They'll be telling you that the subscribers are not interested. But that particular one, the subscribers were interested. So this is just the message. So thank you for subscribing. I really want to appreciate your support. But for that platform, I will be there by 8 p.m. and I'll be expecting to see a lot of good people that will be coming over to support us. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I'm going to leave the link in the description of this video. Please do well to support us on the other channel. Thank you.